talking about this at the barbershop one night, and it was some chicks.
I'm gonna cut all that shit out.
Oh, this shit recorded?
This shit out.
Oh, hey, Talo! Well, you got a question list, bro?
No, I don't need no questions. What do you need questions for?
Oh, no, I'm saying like in your mind, like
no,
the conversation, like the guy, the conversation.
Nah. So well.
Oh Lord, this nigga here.
Welcome to the channel. This is the first episode of Light Conversations with Real Estate. I got two of my main homies. I got Talo, I got Tone with me.
What's good?
Kind of something I wanted to do, a little bit more serious tone, a little less comedic. Something to benefit some random person out there in the world, man. We want to have conversations that if you ain't had these conversations already, you should have had them by now, especially if you want to move to the next level of life. We kind of doing this on the fly. So we were sitting thinking about topics that we should talk about. I ain't doing none of that gossip type shit. I ain't doing none of that relationship type shit. Like, that's everywhere. I'm not really that type of person. But when I had Talo and Tone, basically said they want to be a part of it, I thought a good starting topic would be options after high school. So a bunch of people watching this video went to high school. Most of them graduated, some didn't. But everybody takes a different path after high school. For example, me, I went to community college and then went to a 4-year college after I got my associate's degree and kind of prepared that way. Talo, you went straight to the military, bro.
Boot camp,
bro graduated straight to boot camp.
Waste no time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then Tone, what you do, bro?
I took the long route, bro. I worked.
Okay.
I actually got assisted, bro. Somebody made me go to school, bro.
Okay. So, let's start with you, bro. Like, why do you think you went that route? Like, why exactly did you go from graduating out of high school to, like, just flat working? Did you feel like you had to, or did you, like, have that made up before you graduated? How you get to that point?
Realistically, bro?
Yeah.
Is all I knew.
Okay.
Like, if nobody presented me with the other options. So basically it was, if you play sports, then these options will be available. But nobody said these options are available in general.
Okay.
So, when I watched my mom and, her family members, whatever, all I knew was work. So after high school, I'm working.
Okay. And then Talo, I met Talo, of course, before we all graduated. Talo a year older than me. So he graduates and bro's like line up to the Air Force. I remember bro, I swear to God, we was outside playing basketball. Bro was like, yeah, I'm just joining the military, bro. And I was like, damn, like,
what you talking about, bro?
Yeah, we out playing 21, like chilling, and bro was like, yeah, I'm about to join the military. And it was like, oh, all right, like, so what made you like decide to go that route?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I didn't know, because I ain't had no military, like, no family in the military.
Exactly.
No family know nothing about military. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I was in class one day and I heard him say, if you want to take the ASVAB test, stay back after school today. I literally asked Miss Pretlow, shout out Miss Pretlow. I was like, what's the ASVAB test? And she was like, for the military. I'm like, why would I want to join the military? She's like, what's your GPA? Like, what you plan on doing? I'm like, all right. Because at that point, I'm like, like making sense, you know what I mean?
Smooth over there.
I'm like, at that point, it's making sense. I'm like, I ain't had no drive, motivation to go to school.
Okay.
I didn't even care to be in school at that point. I'm just trying to graduate.
Right.
And I'm like, my parents told me I gotta do something. So I'm like, I'm planning to get another job. Like, I'm planning to get another job at this point. And I'm like, I was working at Captain D's. I'm like, working at Captain D's in the second job. I'm like,
Where they got these, bro?
Yeah.
Which Captain D's you work at?
On Portsmouth. Big
Tone did work at Captain D's.
I went to Battlefield, bro.
Right. Hey, shout out Captain D's.
Shout out Captain D's, bro.
Yeah, man. So I'm like, hey, and then she's like, yeah, the military, you got free education, you go to school, so forth, and obviously you get paid as well. I'm like, sound like a better plan than what I had planned. So I stayed out of school, took the ASVAB, went home, started like, back then I wasn't really like YouTube.
Hell nah.
My phone had no camera and then I couldn't Google.
Hey, question, I'm a little older than y'all. So, what type of internet did you have at that time, bro?
It was like AOL or something like that back then.
Oh, so it was still the
I had dial-up.
It was still the Kmart CDs,
Yeah.
bro. Let me get free internet.
We had the block computer at the house.
Yeah, I had dial-up at the crib, and I remember when I went to school and I got a job at the commissary, and I really started getting a little bit of bread. I actually bought on Black Friday. I bought a TV, an Xbox, and I bought internet. That was my Christmas gift to myself. I bought internet, bro, because I ain't had real good internet until shit. I was probably about 19, like for real, like 19. I used to still go to the library.
Facts.
Yeah, go to the library with the card and print. I used to print out Dragon Ball Z pictures and shit in the library.
I'm laughing because it was a reality, bro.
Yeah.
You in class sketching Goku and shit.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy though, because I was like I said, like internet, but like researching stuff on the internet was a thing. I was looking at like pamphlets and stuff like, about the military, bro.
Right.
Like,
Bro,
So-
getting
I
spread.
was getting ready. I was watching war movies, man.
So I'm thinking, so like, chill out. Nah, so real talk, like, and I ain't taking nothing away from like the guidance counselors and stuff that was at school and like access counselors, but that transitional point from like 11th grade to like you about to graduate, bro. I kind of was already wired based off what my parents just told me my whole life. Like, I thought you legit went from kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade, and then after 12th grade, like, you were supposed to go to college. It won't, like, all right, like, you take that opportunity. Like, I thought that's literally what you were supposed to do. Like, my mom and dad was like, hey, you know, you get good grades, and you go to school. And then, like, in my core group of friends, like, niggas used to always make me seem like I was the smartest one out of the group. So I kind of just thought like I was supposed to go. You know what I'm saying?
You would. You kind of would.
I mean, if you hear this shit enough, you start to believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had like the college of my choice planned out. I did like 4 college applications. I got accepted to every college I applied to. And the college I wanted to go to, I mean, I do my orientation for a weekend. I got hoodies and shit. I got a MySpace photo with the hoodie on.
Bro,
Like I committed, bro.
I don't know nothing about that.
That's
life,
what I'm
bro.
saying. So the wrench comes into play halfway through my senior year when I start realizing like this college shit ain't cheap, bro. So I come from a 2-parent household. Dad did manual labor, basically worked with his whole body. My mom was a teacher's assistant, and my dad probably brought in, being real, probably like 90% of the income in the house. He was in that little sweet spot financially where he made a little too much for me to get like student loans. So we was having like the out-of-pocket conversation.
Oh, so you ain't had no, your fast one was trash.
That shit was trash. I ain't getting no like assistance. So I remember like it was yesterday. I come home, and now mind you, both my parents from the West Indies, raised in the West Indies, moved here when they in their 20s, had me when they pretty much had a young age, and they still learning how to be parents themselves. I didn't really understand that till I got older. But I remember them, well, it was really more so my mom. My mom was pretty simple-minded on certain things, but she was like, hey, why don't you go to TCC? I ain't really received that well, especially when you used to getting real good grades and being ahead of most people. When you get approached with the, hey, we think you should go to TCC, like, that shit hurt, like, hit me in my pride. You know what I'm saying?
Down on TCC.
Yeah, I did at the time.
I worked hard all my life.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
So
So,
look down on TCC.
so when I go to TCC, I'm kind of more so like just going through the motions, bro. I remember going to class and like legit just going to sleep as soon as teachers start talking, just wake up and get an A.
It's crazy because people did have a negative connotation to TCC.
They
bro.
did. They did.
They did, because that was my first step with college, bro.
Yeah.
That was my first step.
So now, you know, I'm older, you know, I'm past all that, and I'm a lot wiser. Shout out to TCC. Like,
Hey, real nice.
Shout out to
Especially now.
That's what I'm saying.
TCC them became big, bro.
community college is a great starting point.
2 years?
2 years. I did it the
Especially
real way. I did
Especially
it.
them first 2 years, bro. Think about your first 2 years of college, bro. You went straight to the military. First 2 years of college, bro, is a pure waste of money.
Bro, out of my core group of friends, bro, this dude Talo was in the military and married at 18?
19?
19, bro.
Yeah.
He was my first friend to get married, bro. Talo been married for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, you dove in shark-infested waters immediately.
Immediately.
Like, so Talo joins the military, gets married, like right after school. First friend of mine, I think, to buy a house was Talo.
Shout out to all those.
So, I mean, it's basically like your brother just leaving, going somewhere else and just doing a whole bunch of shit. You trying to keep up, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn. So, I don't know, man. I don't think enough people had it, like, especially people like of our ethnicity and growing up where we from. Like me and Tyler from St. Hood, Camelot. Tone from out, you know what I'm saying, South Norfolk, but
By way of Portsmouth.
South Norfolk, Portsmouth, you know what I'm saying, but the thing, so and a little off the subject, so when I meet Tone, I'm trying to intern to get a job in my field, and Tone's actually already interning when I get there. And you know me, for real, like if I ain't known you since I was like 5, I don't trust you. That's just me.
Same.
You know, straight up.
Same, bro.
So when I meet Tone, I hit him with, you know what I'm saying, one of those, and he, you know what I'm saying, that we kept it like that, you know what I'm saying? And then I don't know how we got on the subject of like just like football or something. And I was like, yeah, I used to play at Creek. Tone was like, I used to play at Smith. So we got something in common, you know what I'm saying? Top of that, we look alike. We both trying to do the same thing. And I think the thing that hit it off was we both had warehouse jobs before we came where we was at. Because 7-Eleven warehouse.
Traumatic, boy.
And I used to work in the warehouse at the commissary, so I was like, all right, so bro got a similar like story to me. And me and Tone been tight since then. Like, since then, I was like, bro, sometimes you just know real people when you meet them. Like, everybody got their day one group, you know what I'm saying? That's their core group. Tone, not necessarily a day one, but he definitely in that group. Just because bro been solid since the day I met him. The day I met him was day one of me. You know what I'm saying? So
when you realize a person's character, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Loyalty over longevity.
Exactly.
Yeah, facts. And it's weird, bro. Like, you know how you talk about like you went to TCC, right? But I never forget, bro. I'm literally in Captain D's, bro. Back there, you know how you on that line?
Yeah.
I'm that guy on the line. You know the Captain D's hat. I'm really.
Bro, you wouldn't understand.
He would understand. You think you the OG in the kitchen? Yeah. And so, like, bro, my principal. Now, mind you, all right. My principal helped me graduate high school, bro. I wasn't supposed to graduate high school, bro.
Okay.
I legitimately effed up high school. You know what I'm saying? And my mom used to say, bro, I ain't graduate. Your dad ain't graduate, bro. All I'm asking is you graduate, bro. So, like, me still ignorant, disrespectful. But, like, that always way in the back of my mind. Like, that mustard seed was there, bro. Miss Draco put me to the side one day. She like, hey, man, come with me. Remember how they used to always talk about the school got all your information, bro?
Yeah.
I ain't believe it. She took me to the room, bro. Now, a kid going to that room, you see all these file cabinets.
You see people you know in there.
Hey, bro, I see all the TVs of all the cameras in the school. She took me to the room, bro. She opened the file cabinet, bro. She pulled my file out. She said, yo, this your history from when you was in school, your whole life in school.
That started from kindergarten too, yeah.
I ain't believe it.
Yeah.
I saw it with my own eyes. She said, hey, yo, your whole life you never failed the SOL. And majority on past advance. I said, yeah. She like, what's wrong with you? I said, boy, this junk too easy, bro. I ain't got time for all this. I just come here through the motions. You know what I'm saying? She said, so from that day, bro, she was on my head. I saw her cuss her own principal off, bro, because he didn't want to put me in something. In Chesapeake, you know that if you miss school by days, you only can take one class in the summer. But if you fell by grades, you can take 2.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She was like, man, tell him I said give you 2. I don't care that you won't come to school. Just tell him I said give you 2. I went to him. He said, I don't care what she said. You know me. I ain't missing Draco. Cuz said, he don't care what you say. Bro, she went in the cafeteria, bro, in lunch. Chew dude up. Hit him with the, I'm the captain here. Man, and since that day, she been solid with me. I graduate, I'm in Captain D's frying fish. She walks in. They're like, Mr. Draco here. I'm like, oh, baby, what you want? Take her order. Take what you want. I got it. She looks at me. She said, why you here? What you mean why I'm here? I'm working. She said, nah, you too smart for this. Why you here? I'm working. You know what I'm saying? I'm helping my mom do. So I'm working. She said, all right. Told me what she wanted. Made the order. She went out. But she came back 2 days later. I said, the fish was that good. What you want? She said, I ain't come here for that. Come here, let me talk to you. I come up front. She said, hey, I set a meeting for me and you to go speak with an advisor at TCC. Bro, I was hot. I'm like, man, you don't make me do nothing. Who you think you is?
She cared about you though. Yeah.
Bro, I said, but then, shout out Ving. Ving working at Captain D's with me at the time. Ving.
His wife worked with him at Captain D's.
Captain D's might be on the song.
Matchmaker. So Ving was like, yo, you should hear her out. I go with her to TCC. We sitting there with the advisor. They find out what I'm into, bro. I signed up for classes that day, bro. I would have never went to TCC, bro. And that was the beginning, bro.
TCC was good on that, man.
Shout out Dr. Jan Draco. Hey, I got to find you. you changed my life. Like, on God. You changed my life. Because if she had never came, bro,
where would you be, bro?
hey, realistically speaking, bro, probably dead or a manager at Captain D's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could be the store manager or something. I mean, obviously you had drive back then still. You know what I mean? You was a hard worker. You had a work ethic.
Yeah.
You just ain't had a motivation and everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You had a vision you got now.
I ain't had a vision.
Yeah.
I couldn't see beyond helping my mom and my sisters, bro.
I feel you.
Like, that's it. That's all I saw. And that lady introduced me to something else. Now, mind you, I was a super senior at TCC because I was still out here acting stupid. And them refund checks were good. But
that's another thing. Like he kind of alluded to. Like all he knew was he had to go to school. You go to school, get good grades. You go to college.
Bro, I thought that's all I had to do.
Like I knew like my dad went to work. He worked. You know, he worked at the warehouse. My granddad worked chopping wood. You know what I mean? My other granddad, he worked at a. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna work. Sometimes like what we see is what we know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
nah, I don't think it's sometimes, bro. I think it's all the time. You got kids?
Nah.
You don't got kids? But I know you have a child, bro.
Yeah.
Like you'll realize, bro, when you have a kid, you'll realize that your child learn more from your actions than what you say. They watch your mannerisms, how you do things, like. And so for you, like you said, you watch your family work. You know what I'm saying? You watch your family work, but it was also school. It's that instillment, bro. All I watched was I watched my mom work, bro. I watched my mom work, like to this day, work her butt off. Like all she do is work.
So like when I went home, I told my parents, my dad, my mom, my stepmom, my stepdad, everybody was pissed when I was like, I'm joining the military. And I'm the type of person like it's my life. Like you know what I mean. I appreciate your opinion, but you can keep it. You know what I mean? Like my dad's kind of like, I mean, he gonna do what he gonna do. My stepmom was hot. Stepdad was hot. My mom was just like, I don't want you to join the military, but you know what I mean. Your mom gonna pray for you. You know, your mama love you. Shout out to my mama. Love you. Appreciate the support. But nonetheless, all my parents, you know, they was kind of upset. But it was like, you gonna join the military, Air Force, Navy, based off what they seen and heard about the military. Because my parents, like I said, my family know nothing about the military.
Same with mine. So you know, my parents come from. So I looked it up, bro. The island my parents from, they don't really have a military, bro. Like the way the military was kind of presented to me when I was a kid in my household. The only like real connection we had, I had an uncle who joined the military, but I was under the understanding that he joined the military to get out of debt. Like he had got bad credit card debt, he ain't know what to do. He joined the military to kind of alleviate that. So that was the only real connotation I had with military, and it was kind of negative. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I didn't know anything else. I ain't know nobody in the military at all. You know what I'm saying? My parents, all they friends and family from different islands, bro. They don't know nobody that was born here, grew up here. So that was kind of difficult.
We don't know nobody out the lot, you know, going to the military.
Yeah, nobody kind of like joining the military, bro. Everybody has simple jobs,
like
bro.
military, everybody look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Bro. Like people getting killed in the military. Like Twan Brother Real and like, we knew he was in the military.
Yeah, that's like the only person we knew.
Yeah,
ain't nobody. Everybody has simple jobs, bro. Like people worked at the warehouse. People, the greatest person probably worked at the shipyard. You know what I'm saying? So
like when you come from this part of the Seven Cities,
yeah,
the shipyard was gold.
Exactly.
So if you get the shipyard,
they're like, I gotta explain to everybody why I'm joining. Why you joining the military?
We knew it was military people, and I really didn't understand how much people was in the military probably until I got to like middle school and I started meeting people from different neighborhoods because you know you start grouping more neighborhoods in school. I'm like, dang, so your dad in the military? Like I didn't know that people's parents was really in the military for real. And then that's right around the time, you know what I'm saying, 9/11, all that stuff going on too. So you start to understand like world news at that point in time. So you like, I don't know if I want to mess with the military right now.
The military's getting busy back then.
Exactly.
Bro.
I think the other thing too about the military is that when people explain the military or people's first view of the military, it's small.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you think military, you immediately associate with, like you said, war and things of that. But like nobody tells you that, hey, all the same civilian jobs are also in the military. You want to be a dentist, you could be a dentist in the military. A dental hygienist in the military.
So when I tell you, like, I knew nothing about the military. Like so it's Navy or Air Force. I'm going to the Navy recruiter office because we, you know what I mean, around here, that's mainly what you see as Navy. I'm going to the recruiter office. I see this, the Navy recruiter. It's kind of heavy set. And I ain't lying to you. Heavy set. It looked like he was out of shape. Heavy set, husky guy. And I'm walking up there. He just kind of like, I don't know, kind of like brushing me off. Air Force dude, young black male in shape. You know what I mean? He looked clean cut. He had a service dress on, and he looked good, presentable, and like he was kind of he embraced me when I came up there. So like he had me sold already. He kept it real with me. So I'm like, appearance and attitude is everything. You know, especially first impression. Like I said, I walked up there, dude looked clean cut. He looked like he was about business, and he kept it real with me. So yeah, that's kind of what drew me to the Air Force. And I started talking to him. He kept giving me more information. I was like, do I need to start working out for basic training? He's like, nah, they'll get you in shape, bro.
Don't worry about it. We got you, bro. We got you.
He said, enjoy your summer, man. Don't worry about any of that, man. You'll be all right.
You'll be all right, man, bro.
Bro told you about to get it in, bro. So go ahead and have fun.
And you 16 years in off of first impression.
Yeah, next month be 16 years, man.
That's crazy.
Shout out to the Air Force, man. Best decision I ever made, man. Not best decision I ever made. One of the best decisions I ever made.
That's crazy because like my favorite cousin, I know y'all heard me talk about it before. Like my favorite cousin, I don't know if he's a chief or a senior chief in the Navy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my dog. He's 4 years older than me, and then his brother 4 years older than him. He like an E7, E8 in the Army, but like they did it differently. You know what I'm saying? They did it different. Like one was in the Army, but he still was neighborhoodish, for lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying? Still wanted to run, play, do dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? My cousin, like who I'm about right now, like he locked in all the way. Married, kids, whatever it could be. Like I used to look at him and be like, bro, maybe I should have went in the military. You know what I'm saying? Like you see, like some people go in the military and you see them do it the right way. Like my wife niece, she's 24 years old, bro. She in the military, bro. She in the Navy. She already E6, and she looking at us and she like, I don't know if I can do this longer. And me and my wife were like, hey, you do know you one rank away.
It ain't easy, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
It ain't easy, man. It ain't for everybody either. You know?
I think every child definitely got his struggles, man. If you work at Subway, bro, you gonna be mad about something. You know what I'm saying? Or you gonna be stressed out about something. You work in the military, you're mad about something. So I don't think that really much play a role, man. But I think kind of to end this video, kind of just wanted y'all to see like if you a teenager, you making your way up that step stool to like becoming an adult, like it's a lot more options out there than you think. It's not really simple. Like there is no like, all right, I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do this. There's a lot of options out there. Do your research. Reach out to people that you know, people that you trust, and even some people that you don't know, and ask them their opinions on different options on what you could do after high school. Because you may have your mind made up in one direction based off of your circumstances or your past experiences, but you may not have been experienced or exposed to something that could really be the best thing for you. But that's the video. Catch y'all next time. Go.